A dramatically ambitious plan aims to cut Israel's carbon emissions by 85% in order to keep the nation within its Paris Climate Accord goals.
Friends, the climate crisis is real, and we are taking action. Today, the government is approving a precedent-setting decision that will gradually shift the state of Israel to a low-carbon economy, with a long-term view of the country's future.
How exactly will Israel do that? The proposal has a few ideas. Cut back on landfills, switch to renewable power generation, slash industrial emissions, and replace as many vehicles as possible with clean alternatives by 2050.
The cars don't last till 2050. Basically, just make it that the next car everybody has to buy is electric. Give the tax credit. From my point of view, use some of the gas proceeds that haven't really materialized for free charging even. Free charging stations. Israelis aren't friars. They'll quickly get an electric car.
But power generation has so far been a bottleneck. The overwhelming majority of Israel's power is generated by burning fossil fuels, with only 6% being renewables. That's despite a failed government plan to bring renewables to 20% by 2020. But failure could have dire long-term consequences.
Continued stress, water reduction stress, is going to drive many new conflicts in our region. And so even if we, in our little island of Israel, have managed to deal with water scarcity through desalination, that's not true in the region in general.
With that said, the nation is still fairly low for carbon emissions when it comes to developed nations. Per capita, the average Israeli puts out about 8 tons of carbon waste. Compared to regional neighbors, that makes Israel a carbon lightweight, surrounded by oil-producing nations that are unmatched in per capita emissions. Qatar clocks in at nearly 5 times the emission, Kuwait at 3 times, and the Saudis are still double. Israel's plans to become a regional natural gas exporter from its Leviathan fields might complicate its 85% reduction goals, and the new government will have to choose between energy independence and going green.